Now, after having the night's sleep, to reflect on yesterday's game. I mean, how unlucky is Arsenal? How unlucky are we? We was so resilient in that second half. So resilient, down to 10 men. Trossard getting sent off at the end of the first half, stupidly kicking the ball away. Ain't he learned lessons from the Declan Rice situation against Brighton? Michael Oliver as well, the ref. He's not Arsenal's biggest fan. I know I'm just saying this, and I shouldn't really be thinking this way about professionals, but I mean, well, look at last season when he didn't send Kovacic off. Two crunching tackles and he didn't even get booked. So, there's a few scenarios that I've seen that's been popping up recently in comments on other videos and stuff like that. That I can't remember all the stats. I didn't write them down. I just wanted to give my thoughts. But Michael Oliver's not really been Arsenal's greatest friend. And I know I was saying a similar thing about Chris Kavanagh when he gave the second yellow card to Declan Rice in the Brighton game. Pedro didn't get a book for kicking the ball away in that game. Also in this game yesterday, Dooku kicked the ball away as well. Didn't get booked. It does seem like it's all directed at Arsenal. And Arsenal are the only team to have players sent off all season. All season, Arsenal are the only team to have players sent off for kicking the ball away. I know it's a second yellow card, what it warrants is one booking. So if you kick the ball away and you're not on a yellow card, you won't get sent off. It's not a red card. It's a bookable offence. It's a yellow card. But Trossard, I mean, there's claims that he didn't hear the whistle. And it was like it's a millisecond of the referee blowing the whistle to Trossard kicking the ball away. It's basically exactly the same time if you watch it properly. Basically, as Trossard's, it was a foul just before that. Trossard's running with the ball. As he's kicked the ball away, the referees blew the whistle for the foul. We thought, well, it was for the foul, but at exactly the same time, or just under a second in it, the ball's kicked away by Trossard, and the referees booked him for a second yellow card and sent him off. But then we're down to 10 men. Now, the second half, Arsenal was so resilient. They set up in like a 6-3. Hello, George. How you doing, sir? They set up with a back six with a three midfielders, no out ball. So you knew from the start of that second half, Arsenal were set up to camp in, bed in. I wouldn't even say it on the counter attack. They did try and go forward a few times in that second half, but there weren't no one up top on their own. There weren't no out ball, so it was a case of bedding in, locking it up, and we kept the best team in the world out for 40. Well, I'd say 50 minutes. 50 was it? 50 minutes. Yeah, it was about 50. It might have even been, no, it was longer than that because it was Arsenal. Yes, we're Arsenal fans on this channel, George. It was longer than that. So you had your 45 that we kept them out for, 7 minutes injury time. It was actually around the ninth minute of injury time that they actually got that equalised from John Stones. John Stones come off the bench. People were going to say, it was a masterclass from Pep for bringing John Stones off the bench, and he was the one that got the goal. It fell to him. Luckily fell to him after all the peppering we took, 28 shots, something like that, and we kept him out. We kept him out for all that time, and it was just like a punch in the gut, when it was like an uppercut to the gut, that we did finally succumb to the equaliser. Only an equaliser. Man City fans celebrating an equaliser at their ground against 10-man Arsenal. Now, Rodri ridiculed Arsenal for celebrating a 0-0 draw at the Etihad last season. Double standards. It's filth. It is filth. The fans are unbelievably biased. They're unbelievable. Not one fan have I seen one Man City fan come on here, on YouTube or anywhere else, and just admit that Arsenal done exceptionally well in that second half. I mean, if we go back to the first half, the way the game started, Haaland scoring early on, and for about, yeah, it was 2-2, George, yeah. But Haaland scored the goal early on in that first half. Exceptional goal. Put your hands up. Sort of, what's his name? Savino? Savino absolutely roasted Calafiori. Cut inside, you know, laid the ball on for Haaland, who took it. He ran with the ball and took it in his stride. He didn't place it or anything like that. He kicks it in his stride straight. He normally tries to put it in the corner somewhere, but he hit it straight. Rare, no chance. And Saka was poor, George. Saka was poor yesterday. I thought it wasn't great again. He's going off the ball. I thought Martinelli played very well for a change. He's been in poor form with the whole of this season, Martinelli. But he steps up yesterday. Proud of Martinelli yesterday. Anyway, we're 1-0 down. And then, from just absolutely nowhere, really, Ricardo Calafiori curls one into the top right-hand corner. Unbelievable goal. It was world-class goal. Scores it, makes it even. Then we start taking control of the game. Arsenal start taking control of the game at the Etihad. Then, obviously, we get a corner. Saka crosses it in. Gabriel, bosh, loses his marker. I don't know what Carl Walker was doing. Tapping him in the belly. So, oh yeah, doing that. Tapping him. Boom, loses his marker. As the cross comes in, as the corner comes in swinger, arcs his run. Gabriel runs through everybody. Bosh, scores the goal. As he jumps up for the header, he sort of hits him on the back of the head and goes in. But before that, he had another header that he should have scored. But, you know, the threat's there, so they know Gabriel's a big aerial threat, especially from set pieces, corners, free kicks, whatever. He's a big aerial threat in that box. And we're 2-1 up. Cruising. And now I'm thinking, after going 1-0 down early, I'm thinking, we went for an hiding. But we're cruising. And then a stupid mistake by Leandro Trossard. I'm going to say it. He's a biased referee, Michael Oliver. You know, it's at exactly the same time. Anthony Herbert, hi Lee. Yeah, feels like a loss, but we move on. Just so unlucky. Our defence played well being down to 10 men, but Man City will hurt you in places. Yeah, it's very true, but how well did we play in that second half? But anyway, when he kicked the ball away, the referee blew the whistle for a foul, but there's claims that Leandro Trossard didn't hear the whistle, but it was second. It was not. It weren't even. It didn't. What restart was delayed in that when he kicked the ball away? I don't understand, because as the referee blew the whistle, like less than a second, it was hundredths of a second. Basically, the same time that Leandro Trossard, as he's done it, he's kicked the ball. He's kicked it to clear. I don't think he's intentionally kicked it away. So you've got to use a bit of naz. I know I'm saying a bit biased, but you've got to use a bit of use your brain a little bit. Use a bit of common sense, mate. A bit of common sense there. If you're not booking Doku for kicking the ball away earlier on in that first half, why are you giving Leandro Trossard a second yellow and absolutely destroying the game? Absolutely destroying the game. The spectacle that it was. The two top teams, the two best teams in the league, playing each other. Michael Oliver decides to fucking ruin the game. Why didn't you send Kovacic off last season at the Etihad? 2 crunching tackles. 2 yellow cards there, mate, at least. Didn't send him off, did you? Double standards, it's disgusting. And I see a stat earlier as well. Scott Kirk, one of the friends of the channel, put it in the WhatsApp chat. There's been about 37 instances of the ball being kicked away and Arsenal are the only team to have players booked for it or sent off for it. What does it mean? What does it mean? Trossard was stupid. It was worse than the Rice incident. Yeah, it could have. I don't think he heard the ball. There's people saying, there's claims that he didn't hear the whistle. And it was over the top. It's over the top. It's double fucking standards, mate. It's always, people can say keep crying to me like they done when I done the video on Declan Rice. people can say, you know, stop crying, all that shit. You know what I mean? But once it happens to you, then you stop crying. Once it happens to your team, look how well we was doing. We was on top of that game. Then we've got a bed in. Second half comes along, as I've said earlier on. Then you've got a bed in. We've got to say, right, we've got to try and protect. We're not going to score another goal. They're the best team in the land, best manager. And we've done so well. We've done so fucking well. I mean, Ireland was getting frustrated. We frustrated him with the 2 games before that last season. We kept him out. He didn't score, didn't have a sniff at the Emirates and the Etihad last season. Didn't have a sniff. He scored early, celebrated like he won the World Cup, and then we get back into the game. The first 20 minutes though, we was under pressure. I thought we was going to get an hiding. I really did. Haaland will break you apart, George says. Yeah, of course he will, because he's at the moment he's the best striker in the Premier League, but possibly the best striker in Europe, even the world maybe. Who knows? Who knows what people think? But for finishing, he's deadly, deadly finisher. I mean, there's not a lot much else to his game, but being a number 9, being a striker, you don't need a lot much else to your game. He can score with his head, left foot, right foot. He's very physically strong. He can bars people off the ball. It's what you need for a number 9, a centre forward, an old-fashioned centre forward. He is proper. And you know, I've got to give him his flowers because there's no one better. There is no one better than Haaland. I can't think of anybody. If you can think of anybody, put it in the chat. Let's move on to the defensive performance, which was absolutely immense. Fantastic performance in defence. The Blue Baron. How you doing, the Blue Baron? I've seen you before. He's proper nice. He's proper nice. I don't know what that word means, mate. Nice. Is that nice? I can't see. Let me have a look. N-O-Y-C-E. Nice. Does that say nice? Am I saying that word right? He's deadly, isn't he? He's deadly, in my opinion. But that defensive performance was second. No one else could do it. And David Raya. Listen, I've said on a stream before that I believe he's the best keeper in the league, and I got handed for it. I did. I got slaughtered. But listen, I think if he's not the best keeper in the league, he's on par with Ederson and Alisson and Martinez. Is it Martinez? He's an ex-keeper of Arsenal, so I keep forgetting his name. Is it Martinez? I've got some brain issues. But yeah, he's definitely on par with him. Anthony Herbert, Haaland's like a machine. Yeah, absolutely. George is saying, my question, who will win the Ballon d'Or? That's a tough one. I'm not sure of every nominee. I haven't looked at the nominee list. Martinez, that's it, Anthony. Thank you, sir. The Blue Baron, then Lot scoring in 8 minutes of added time. Yeah, they scored. It did. Stones. Stones scored. He come off the bench. It's going to be classed as a Pep Guardiola masterclass. I'm waiting to hear that. That's definitely coming. Yeah, he scored. He scored the equaliser. They're celebrating like they had a go at us, right? My Man City fans had a go at us for celebrating the 0-0 draw at the Etihad. They had a go at us for getting a result at Anfield. Was it a draw at Anfield, or did we beat him? I can't exactly remember. But you know, we was ridiculed for it. You in England? Yes, George, I'm in England, mate. London. Why do we get handed for that and everybody else doesn't? It's like it's an agenda. It's a hatred. I mean, Spurs were the team that everybody hated years ago, but now it looks like everyone's turned on Arsenal because we started playing good again. Not always playing good, but started getting close to be this far away from being successful again. What will happen if Man United start doing well again and start getting up there? Will the same thing happen to Man United? Will the haters still carry on hating? Perhaps, mate. Yeah, they do. They just carry on. Haters will be haters. Haters will be haters. City will definitely be getting deducted points this season, at least. Well, if they get found guilty, Blue Baron, if they get found guilty, then it's only fair that they do get a points deduction at least, because Forest and Everton had to suffer it last season, and they just about survived relegation, didn't they? So, Man City, if Man City are found guilty, but you know what's going to happen? If Man City, say Man City get a 10-point deduction, something like that, we only won the league because of Man City's 10-point deduction. That's what'll happen. Oh, it was, even if we beat them by, like, say, 15 points, for example, and then if they get their 10 points back, we're still 5 points clear. They're saying, no, mentally, it done mentally. We won't be able to win. I don't want this. I'd rather them get relegated out of the league altogether. Get relegated out of the league altogether. Go to Division 1. Start from scratch like what Rangers up in Glasgow had to do. From what Pep's been saying, there's something going to happen. Really? I haven't heard anything. Jules, Man City, 101 charges. No, there's 115, Jules. There's 115. Yeah. So, let me ask a question to the chat. What do you think of David Raya now? What do you think of David Raya? Do you think he's the best goalkeeper in the league? Look at how well he's done the last few games. Look how he's come on. Everyone was, not everyone, but, you know, half the fan base was saying, why you bought Raya? Ramsdale's this. I'm one of them. I didn't want to get rid of Ramsdale. I thought Ramsdale was fantastic. Look what Raya's doing now. Excuse me. Look what David Raya's doing now. What a player. What a goalkeeper. He's got to be, you've got to admit, you've got to say he's on par with the top goalkeepers in the league. Surely, at least. Surely. Put it in the chat. Put it in there. What do you think? Let me know. Let me know what you think about that. I am 8. Oh, Jules, you shouldn't be in the, you shouldn't be on the stream then, mate, if you're that young. If you're 8 years old, this is not made for kids. You shouldn't be in the stream because there could be some language that you're not really supposed to be hearing along the line somewhere. Bye, son. Go on. I don't think your parents would be very happy if they knew you was on the watching this. Oh, God. Anthony Herbert, Lee, it's 116 charges. Now Pep kicked and broke the chair. Think that might be the worst charge of them all. Yeah. I see him boot the chair. I see him boot the chair when Calafiore equalised out of frustration. Now, was he frustrated with the quick free kick or was he frustrated with that Kyle Walker was out of position? He did actually get back because Martinelli cut it back inside. So Kyle Walker was right to say, I weren't set, I weren't ready for... quick free kicks, mate. Quick free kicks and you get caught undone. So what? You can't argue with the referee then. He should have been booked for that, Kyle Walker. But anyway, he did get back, though. He's quick enough. He got back, but Martinelli cut it inside to Calafiore, who hit it with his left foot. And what a goal. Curled it into the top right corner. What a goal that was. Brilliant goal. Where's the flowers for that? Where's the flowers for that? And it was such a sucker punch. It was such a sucker punch, that goal from Stones right at the end. Right at the end. It was supposed to be 7 minutes injury time, all right. I know that, who went down? One of the, I think it was Timber. He went down, like, during injury time, so the referee's going to add a little bit on. But maybe that could have cost us, really. That might have been one of the reasons why the referee, that it probably, you know, there's an argument there, so... Yeah, there's an argument there, so you can't really... You just got to fucking curse your own luck, mate, because we've done so well for, like, what was it? 52, 53 minutes. Defended so against the best team in the world. They could not get near us. They could not. They never looked like they was going to score. They never did. And if we'd have won that game and gone top of the league, we still wouldn't have got our flowers. Oh, it's because you're anti-football. You all sat back. No one wanted to fucking play football. What a defensive display. What a display, mate. Anthony, how you doing, sir? I think it was the free kick. it was taken about 10 yards forward where it should have been taken. Really? So we're the only club that's ever done that then. It was a quick free kick. Possibly. Yeah, maybe, possibly. Thinking about it. But Carl Walker, I don't know what his argument was. He got back. Walker actually got back in line with Martinelli, and then he got you know, Martinelli cut inside and passed it to Calafiore. So it was really a big, massive argument for that, because he did actually get back. Carl Walker, it's quick enough, and he did get back. Ray's the fourth best keeper in the Premier League, but he's not on par, Anthony. He's got to be on par, surely. Yeah, on merit at the moment, I suppose. On you know, he's only been at Arsenal a couple of years. You know, Martinez was a fantastic goalkeeper, and we made the wrong decision getting rid of him and keeping Leno. Yeah, that was you know, that was a mistake. We made a mistake keeping Eddie Nketiah and getting rid of what's his name as well. What was that striker's name? What was his name? Balogun. We made a mistake there, getting rid of Balogun, Florent Balogun, and keeping Eddie Nketiah, because Balogun, I thought he was a better striker. Although I haven't really heard much about him. I don't even know what club he's gone to now. But I haven't really heard a lot about him, to be fair. But I thought he was a better striker, a better prospect. It was my opinion. Obviously, I'm not at the training ground. I don't see all that shit. But you know, I would have done it the other way around. The same with the keepers, with Leno and Martinez. He'd be the best keeper when Man City, Liverpool, and Aston Villa keepers leave the Prem. You're arse, man. You're arse. What about if we win the league? What about if we win the league and he's saving goals all season? If he's making super saves all season and we win the league, would you say he was the best keeper then? When all the others leave oh my God. What's Martinez won? Then? He ain't won nothing. Alisson's won a Premier League and a Champions League. So is obviously Ederson. So trophy wise, yeah, they're better keepers. But I think if we win the league this year, that's when you can put him on par, I suppose. Martinez is a World Cup. Oh, of course he is. Oh God, of course he is. Oh, I love it when I get put right. Thanks, Ed. I love it when I get put right. Of course he's a fucking World Cup winner. Yeah, that's true. You humbled me again then, Anthony. Blinded. Who's watching? Listen, stick a like on the video. All right, there's only 4 people watching. It's a little bit early, isn't it? People are probably at work and stuff like that. A little bit early, but listen, I had to get this off my chest while I could. Well, before the missus comes back from where did she go this morning? Probably got more shopping or something. Yeah, I've run my son over. Oh no, she took the other girl. They go to different schools now. She's gone to the other school. Yeah, so I'm at the missus' house, so I took my son to school for her this morning. Save her putting him in breakfast club, because she has to take the other girl to school, which is a little bit further away. Right, so what else was I going to say? Any questions in the chat? Anyone in the chat want to ask any questions? People are leaving, people are coming in, leaving. The game, man. Right, we've got Bolton on Wednesday in the Carabao Cup, League Cup. I still call it the League Cup, but it's the Carabao Cup. It was the Coca-Cola Cup, Littlewoods Cup, this cup, that cup. But it's the League Cup. So, what do you think of that, Anthony? If you're still in the chat, do you think we're going to beat Bolton? I think we're going to hammer Bolton. I'm going to say a 3-0 Arsenal win for that one. It's at the Emirates, so we're going to smash them 3-0, I reckon, at least. Our forward men have got to get their striking boots back on. But in fact, you know, did Arteta did Arteta play the right tactics for that second half? Do you agree with the tactics that he implied, or do you think we should have just tried to keep? I absolutely agree with him, because if we would have tried to have a go at Man City with 10 men, I mean, it's not like it was, an Everton or Forest or Palace or teams like that. It was Man City, the best team in the freaking world. So we thought, you got to think logically. Think, listen, these are going to keep doing us. If we try and have a go at them, they're gonna hit us on the counter attack and do us. I had the school run today, not in work, being rained off. I'm bored now. I've got to listen to the missus laugh about that. Just listen to me, Anthony. Listen to me. Yeah, well, Bolton's 4-0, I reckon. Give a few of the youth a run out. Yeah, Ethan Nwaneri, what's his name? Is it Lewis Skelly? Miles Lewis Skelly, he did come on. He got books on the bench, didn't he? He got books on the bench during that game, and he come on in the second half. Ethan Nwaneri, we didn't see him, did we, yesterday? I think he's one for the future. I've heard loads of good reports about him, but you got to judge him with your own peepers. Use your own peepers, and then you'll understand what kind of player he is, because you've got to watch him yourself. Stats and shit like that, it helps, but it's not the eye test. The eye test is the one. Definitely, for me, is anyway, always has been. And I know in recent years, it's been about statisticians and, turnovers and fucking XG and whatever it is. I don't even know. I don't even understand it. But yeah, there's a lot of statisticians involved in football now, statistics. Let's check out the stats. Yeah. The stats, in my opinion, was, shots on target. Passes, successful passes and tackles, whatever. Not all this XGs and fucking whatever else, field tilts. What the hell is that all about? Lee, thoughts on West Ham, and they are shit. Thoughts on West Ham, well, they got annihilated, didn't they? There was someone in the video chat, Anthony. Do you remember? I can't remember who it was now. I think it was a Chelsea. Was it a Chelsea fan? Anyway, we're talking about it was on. What day was it? It was before. I don't know if it was on Saturday morning before the game, or was it on the Friday day before? I can't remember. Anyway, and we were talking about gambling, about bets. Remember? That might have been on the Saturday morning. It possibly was. I remember I said, get on Jackson to score the first goal. Remember I said that? Yeah. Yeah, West Ham were shit against Chelsea. They absolutely got annihilated. Jackson's not the best striker in the world, and he's not the greatest striker. Is he a Premier League class striker? I mean, you've got to think about that. Now I'm going to coat him off. He'll probably score against Arsenal. Sod's law. But I don't think he's that great. But he started getting a few goals this season. Last season he was proper pony, but this season, yeah, he started to get a few goals. Got 2 against West Ham. I won my bet. I lost my bet, and I had a couple of bets. That was only one that I showed you. That I put in the WhatsApp group. Yeah, I mean, I think I had 3 bets, and then I had about 3 bets on the boxing as well on Saturday. But yeah, I done that. I couldn't find 2 or more goals. If I'd have found that 2 or more goals bet, I would have, I probably would have won it. But I had to go for over 2.5. That's all I could find. Just rubbing it in. Yeah, at least, I've done 15 quid in bets now. Now I'm potless. No, 25 I've done. 25 quid I've done in bets in the end. Now I'm potless. So what app did you use? What app did you use to get that 2 or more goals? I see a 2 or more goals for a team, but not in the match. If you know what I mean. I see a 2 or more goals. I think it was on Sky Bet. I see a 2 or more goals option, but it was for the actual team, not for the match, if you know what I mean. If I can find a 2 or more goals for the match, then I might have a better chance of winning. Bloody hell, I spent £1. Bloody hell, I spent £1 on my bet. Yeah, I do 5 bets. I've done the 5 bets. Coral app are you? Oh, Coral. So, and they have two or... do they have the two or more for the match, or is it for the team? Excuse me. Is it for the team or for the match? Because I couldn't find... All I could find was over 2.5 goals. And I could find over 1.5 goals. But that was... prices were absolutely... They was like 1 to 10. It was disgusting. 1 to 10, you'd have to back about 30 teams to win anything. Do you know what I mean? I've also seen a few videos where people were saying that, hang on, 2 or more goals and also goals in each half of the game. So there's 2 you can bet on. Yeah, but is that per team or for the actual match? This is the question. Say Arsenal City, does that mean 2 or more goals for Arsenal? Or is it 2 or more goals combined? If you know what I mean. The match, so it's combined then, yeah. But for either team, so for both teams in the match, okay. Well, that's a great bet. I'm gonna have to have a look, see if I can get the Coral app then. I think I've had that app before. I might have done, because I had about 10 apps on my phone before and I used to like try and compare. But okay, I have to see if I can download that one, see if I can get in there. For some reason, what one was it? I tried to download and look. I'm on Bet365 and Sky Bet. They're the 2 I use. But I tried to download what one was it? It might have been William Hill, and they couldn't create, for some reason, it couldn't create an account. I've done Betfred, they've created that. I used to have Betfair. Yeah. Put some tips in there, Anthony. Put some tips in there, my old mate. Got any tips for today? Because I've probably got about 15 quid left in my account. You know, I might have to risk it and try and win some money. I got some tips for me. I don't think there's any football on today, is there? Don't really think there's any football. How about any horses? Got any tips on the racing? Text us some tips on the racing, me old mate, if you've got any. Not Hugh Taylor's tips though, because they're normally shit. I look at Hugh Taylor. I followed him once for, I don't know, a few weeks. Like, oh yeah, all right. I followed Hugh Taylor. Never had fortunes. Followed his bets. Didn't have a winner. Couple of seconds. I thought, fuck him. I'm not fucking following him no more. And what happens? He gets an 18-1 winner. What a joke. Here is a tip. Wear a coat. It's pissing down. I'll just run over. My son's school is literally just across the road. Just across the road. When the gates open at 9:15, you just have to walk across and just walk him in. It's that easy. But the other school where the girl goes, the daughter, she has to take her to. You know, it's a bus ride. So as she just started secondary school, Rosie, the other 2 girls are like, they go to school themselves. Well, one of them's left. Oh gosh, getting confused. I'll be looking at some horses today. Yeah, have a look, man. Let me know. Let me know what you think. See if you could get us a little double or something. That'd be nice. That'd be well nice. Don't forget, Anthony Herbert in the chat there. We're streaming tomorrow. We'll probably go into a bit more detail on the game, and the West Ham, the Arsenal game and the West Ham game with early doors. You know, fantasy football. I ain't even had a look at that yet. I'm scared. I don't know how well I've done. Are you top? Have you looked at the fantasy football, Anthony? Are you top of the league yet? Or is McManus still top? Have you had a look yet? Where's AFC always? He normally sees these sets. Oh, you might be at work. I forgot it's a Monday. See, when you ain't got no work, when you don't work, you know, you forget your days sometimes. You forget your days. I'm top. Are you top, man? Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to have a look, man. Where am I? Am I still 4th? Am I still 4th? McManus is now 3rd. Oh, so he had a bad week. I don't think I had a great week. I'm not even sure. Did you check where I was, Anthony? I'll have a look after the stream. Fuck off. I'm 8 for my... Oh, my gosh. I started off so well. I was top. Now I'm 8th. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. I can't believe that. Or are you winding me up again? You're winding me up again. I bet you are. Because you always do that. You always wind me up, man. You're 8th. This Joker, man. Proper. Right, listen, Anthony, don't forget to send me them tips, man. Send me them tips, bro. Show a brother some love, innit? Listen, don't forget tomorrow's stream, everybody. If you're watching this on the replay, Tuesday, 7:30, Loose Cannon podcast, football talk in there. We talk about the Fantasy Premier League, talk about Arsenal and West Ham with early doors. I'm gonna love yous and leave yous now then. So thanks for coming in the chat, everybody. I wanted to give my little opinions. Wasn't many of yous watching this time, so you know it might have been a bit difficult for me to get other people's opinions. But there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow's another day, and there's a podcast tomorrow. So join the chat and the podcast tomorrow. And listen, I'll see you all later. Take care.